right, in the box we have the pedal itself with the two connectors. One is for the GI connection, which already has the Comet matrix bulb attached to it. The other one is for the overdrive feature lamp connection, which has some alligator clips tied onto it. And then out the right side of the pedal, we have the guitar cable that will be snaked around behind the plastics, and it'll run through the service hole below the playfield. And that will closely mirror the look of how the pedal is portrayed on the playfield artwork. Also, we have some WingManFX swag here that was thrown in the box, some stickers. And then in the little baggie, we have an assortment of guitar picks, which you can optionally put on your apron or kind of anywhere on your game if you want. And then they included a few zip ties for general cable dressing needs. And that's pretty much what comes in the box. Let's get this installed. All right, so we've got the game off and we've removed the pinballs from the machine, and then we've pulled the playfield out to service position. So where we want to put this pedal is right here on this plastic that's above the pat ramp, and we're going to put it just behind the van. And it's going to sit pretty much right here, and it's got some included Gorilla Tape. And once we put that down on this plastic, it's not coming off. So I think what I want to do is feed these through and kind of test fit everything and make sure it all works before I adhere it to the plastic. I think it'll just save us a lot of heartache. So I think what I'm going to have to do is get this playfield vertical and then see if I can feed the cables through, because the service hole is actually right behind this plastic and then right underneath. I want to see if we can do this without having to remove all the plastics. All right, so we got the playfield vertical. I've still got the pedal in my hand. I want to see if I can feed this stuff through and catch it basically right out here. I'm hoping I can. Yeah, there we go. That is most definitely easier. And then I don't want to feed the guitar cable through yet, because that doesn't really matter. Mostly it's just aesthetic. So I'm going to set the pedal right there. See if I can just feed this through here. Just like, oh, that's not a good, there we go. Yeah, see if I can feed it through here just like we did the last one. Making sure not to get my cables wrapped around anything that I won't be able to pull through whenever I go to the top side. And there we go. All right. Okay, so got that here. And if you do this, just find a nice, safe place to set this pedal. Don't be careless. All right, yeah, that's actually okay there. All right. Okay, so we've got two connectors here. We've got one labeled GI and the other is unlabeled. So the GI is going to go right here to this yellow connector, or this yellow bayonet socket. All right, so it's this bayonet that you want to replace with the matrix bulb. And then we take this bayonet out, we just pull down, hey, and it's one of the white GI bulbs. So what we're going to do is just take that out, take our matrix connector, replace that bulb, and it is flexible, so. And then what we want to do is we want to feed the bulb back up through the hole, but leave the cable connector down. And then we'll take our screw and just put the bayonet back on. Nice and simple. As far as pinball goes. There we go. Make sure I'm not going to pinch my cable. That looks pretty good. All right, bayonet's back. We got just a little bit on the connector there, but that's actually, that's all we need. They use those small JST style connectors. They don't take up much room at all. So the one labeled GI is the one that we want to connect there. And that's actually this one. You'll see GI written on the connector, or it'll be on a label around the cable. But yeah, we'll just connect that there. All right, and then after we verify everything's working, we'll wire tie it and bundle it all into the loom and stuff. That way it's not at risk of getting snagged, because you've got some playfield hardware that, or some cabinet hardware that runs along this edge. So you want to keep those wires in. All right, and then this is going to be our alligator clips, and where that's going is going to be quite a ways up. So I'll make sure to get that on the frame. But for now, let's go ahead and just connect our alligator clips right back to the matrix connector. And we'll run that right up there. All right, so we've got our alligator clips right onto this cable here. So what I want to do is connect the alligator clips, and LED DRV and ground are labeled, so we can just go ahead and keep that as is. So the red will connect to LED DRV. And it is going to be a little tricky because these wires don't have a ton of excess solder on it, so we'll see if we can get it right there on the end of it. Something like that. Kind of let it hang there for a second. And then take the black one and try to connect it up there. That looks relatively okay. If you want a good connection, just solder them on there. They got nice big old pads, and they've already got solder on there. But that'll keep alligator clips and stuff from flopping around. All right. So with that said, let's power the game up and see if it at least turns on and synchronizes. We actually don't even have to put the playfield back down. All right, we got the game powered back up, and as you can see, everything is working. We got the arrow mimicking what the overdrive arrow is doing on the playfield. We got the blue LED on because it's hooked to the GI. And here in a second, the game should fade its GI. We should see that top blue LED fade. Yep, it just went off with the GI. GI should fade. Ah, see? You see the top blue LED fading with the GI. Perfect. So the pedal works. Let's get this playfield down and see if we can wire everything up, get it all nice, and then we'll pull the excess wire through that service hole right here, and we'll bundle all that into the wire loom, and we'll make it all nice. Okay, so it's going to go right here on this top plastic piece. And really and truly, I just like to keep it just inside of the plastic, because if you can keep all the edges on the inside of the plastic, you know that you're going to be clear from any cabinet obstructions and you're not going to be rubbing on anything. So, yeah, I think something like that should work. So we'll peel off the Gorilla Tape. And this stuff is no joke. All right, so peel off the Gorilla Tape. And, you know, keep it straight. You can use the edges of the plastic to kind of line up the edge of the pedal. And we'll just kind of grab the underside of the plastic and just press. And that's it. All right, now we'll have to pull the excess cable back through. And then as far as this guitar, this instrument cable is concerned, we're just going to run it around right back into that service hole, so right back through that plastic. And you don't even really need to run it back through the cabinet. You can just kind of let it be. Just make sure that it's at least somewhat secure, so it doesn't go flopping around on the playfield or whatever. You can pull it back through the playfield into the underside of the cabinet if you want to, but that's pretty cool right there. I think that's okay. Let's get the playfield vertical again. See if we can finish dressing up all of the wires. All right, so right now you've got all these wires coming in, and they're wrapped around stuff, and we need to dress these up. So what I'll do is I'll just start kind of gently pulling the wires back down and around through that service hole. And I'm making sure on the pedal side that the wires are staying inside of that plastic. So keeping them away from the edge, because you don't want those rubbing or fraying whenever you're lifting the playfield up and down. All right. Cool, so we got all that pulled back through. I want to dress this up here though. All right, you'll notice that I have my alligator clips facing the outside of the playfield. You don't want to do that. They're going to catch on the edge of the cabinet, so we're going to go ahead and flip them around. And again, the one labeled ground or GND, that pad up there, is the one that's going to get the black alligator clip. And then double red on the bottom, that gets your red alligator clip. So just see if we can kind of fish these back around over here. Or better yet, just kind of feed them through that playfield bracket there and have them come through this way. And generally I like my alligator clips, if I've got to use them, I like my alligator clips going in the direction of the wire that you're attaching to. It's just going to make it a little bit easier whenever you have to zip tie that stuff back together. It's going to make sure the alligator clip doesn't swivel on you and potentially come off whenever you're dressing the wires back up. So again, alligator clip right through here. Keep it roughly the same direction. And yeah, it'll go that way. We'll probably zip tie it right around there, and that won't move at all. We'll zip tie that into the wire loom. We'll just bundle up whatever we don't need. We've got our insert wires connected. We're gonna have to snake this cable around a little bit. And then this one down here, we'll grab our wire ties and we'll just bundle that up and probably just attach it right there, and that won't move. And then this one, we'll probably tie it to this piece of the wire harness right there, and then just kind of do a little zigzag over here. And that should keep them away from anything that moves, prevent them from getting snagged or causing a short under the playfield, which we don't want. All right, this bottom cable, yeah, we're just gonna bunch it up. We'll tie it right there. He gives you some wire ties. You can always feel free to bring more of your own in the event that you need to tidy some stuff up a little bit more. They're real cheap and they're always good to have around. Yeah, we'll leave that other cable alone for now because we're going to run that separately because it's going to have to take a zigzag pattern to get back up there. So we'll just go ahead and bundle the excess cable up here. All right, I think that's good to go. That's not going anywhere. It's far away from the flipper linkage and all that good stuff. All right, and then this cable, we'll snake that around. I'll have to zoom out a little bit. All right, so the name of the mission is going from up here, roughly around the wire loom, over kind of this way, and then down to here. And really and truly, if you don't have enough slack in the cable, there's not a ton of ways to get around. You may have to take a shortcut. You may not have the ability to go all the way around the wire loom. So we'll just start kind of grabbing onto key points here. Perfect. Everything is nice and neat. Everything's secured. Let's get this playfield back down, see how it looks. All right, I'm gonna try not to make you dizzy, but you can see the overdrive pedal right there. And I mean, just the attention to detail. It looks great. No visible lines on the construction of this pedal. Everything looks good. I love how they match the font with the overdrive arrow. Looks great. Looks like it should have been there. So this is definitely 2 thumbs up for me. It's a mod that looks like it should have been there from the start on the game. I am beyond impressed with both the build quality and the ease of installation. I love the fact that they connect to the Comet Matrix system, so all the connections as far as the GI goes are secure. If you're feeling a little queasy about those alligator clips, you can either strip a little bit more of the insulation from the wires that are wired to that lamp board and clip on there, or you can just solder it. There's a lot of solder there, the pads are really large, so that'll get you the best connection, but all in all, A+ for me. For those of you that want to snag one of these, I'll drop a link to the Pinside thread where you can get on the list and get one of these. I'll drop it in the video description below, and until next time, see ya.